Hey everyone, this is Tyler Nicely with PMA3, and this is my screencast for uh, discussing currently what have we learned with regarding web apps and um, sort of answering some questions about that. The first question is, what have we learned about web apps so far, sort of in our general studies to date? And what we've learned is that there's a framework for manipulating data, which is what we've learned so far is we've learned about JavaScript. And we've also learned that this same framework is used for manipulating that information, handling data, passing it in and out, and getting it from different sources, at least what we've learned with JavaScript so far. We've also learned that there's a visual layer, which we've learned in HTML and CSS, but still there's that user interface, there's the layer that you interact with. But then you've also learned about the data itself, that there is the data element, the piece that actually gets to be moved around, the information that actually means something to somebody. And so those are sort of the things that we've learned today. We've sort of learned this architecture. And I guess to answer number two, the other question is, why is learning about web apps helpful? Well, this is, as far as I can tell, this seems to be sort of a universal principle, or at least what we've learned so far seem to be universal principles to application development in general. So what are some examples of web apps? Google Music web app is a good example. Google Music um, hasn't yet officially come to the iPhone, but they have a great web app that lets you access your entire library of music that you've uploaded, which is more or less a moot point if you're using iTunes Match. But if you're a big Google fan or you've got an Android device and you want to get to your Google Music, it's a great app. And then, of course, its desktop counterpart. So here it is again, Google Music again, and its desktop counterpart. And it works just like a regular media app. You pick a song or an album, you hit play. Other web apps include Pinterest or Facebook. Those are platforms, and they're applications in their own rights. But if you want to look at something a little bit more app-centric, apps like SpringPad, where it's a note-taking app, or really many of the apps that you can get for for Google Chrome. This is Tyler Nicely for PMA3, and this is my screencast.